back on some more of the crew again. So, I was basically traveling to a destination and I thought, hey, I'm doing longer videos now. Why don't I record the journey of me getting there as well? So, if you just followed us from the last video, you will know that I was struggling to get this thing to slide. So I thought, you know what? There's something that I also haven't tried in the crew, and there's a few people that have always suggested, oh, to drift in the crew, you should use street spec in the snow. And it's like, no, that's really just limiting the places that you can drift. Like, why would you do that? That's just the stupidest way to resolve something ever. Like, it's a resolution, I guess, if you can't drift on a game. That's to drift in the snow, but you want a way in where you can drift anywhere, and dirt spec is that. So what I thought I'd do is, you know what? We're going to take dirt spec to the snow to prove that we can drift in the snow and on the normal road as well. Obviously I didn't prove it last episode, but I've shown you in the past that it's possible, and I'm okay at it. But once we actually get to the snow, we'll see how well I bloody do there. Probably not very, so it'll be quite interesting to see. But yeah, so I've been traveling through the mountain states. The mountain states are kind of like a whole big section. It's like the snowy mountains at the top, and then it's got the Grand Canyon and stuff, so it doesn't really count. So it's not really easy to say, oh, this is the mountain states, because that could be absolutely anywhere. This could be the Grand Canyon for all you know, but it's not. This is the snowy area that I don't know. We're just going to call it Yellowstone because that's what it says on the side there. My geography is absolutely terrible. I took it, I got a C, and I think I got a C. I hope I did, otherwise I got worse than that. And geography, I still couldn't tell you that France was on the, where France was. Like, I knew it was near the UK, but I couldn't say which side. I thought it was the side of Ireland. Anyway, if it is, I'm going to look like a fool. But it's not. I literally thought that. I literally asked my friend, does the train that goes from London to France, does that go through Ireland? He answered, like, he took it the way that he thought that maybe it went from Ireland to London, but yeah, anyway, moving on. We are in the snowy mountains. It's becoming daytime, actually. I actually timed it. Oh my god. Scientifically, should not use one hand. Scientifically timed it to be 5 AM when we got here. I didn't really. I was driving here and I was like, oh, it's almost 4 May. Oh my god. Yeah, you see, this is why they teach you to keep your hands on the wheel. Do not let go of the wheel, or it will absolutely murder you. Did I even, like, hit a bump or anything then? I don't know. But it doesn't matter. You shouldn't let go of the wheel like I did there. I show you today how not to drive. Anyway, time for a bit of cockpit view, because I know you guys have been asking for it. Here she is. So I'm going to a kind of swervy road in the snow. There's a couple of them, actually. But I found the majority of the swervy roads are literally not roads. They're dirt paths or, you know, snow paths, whatever you want to bloody call them. So they're not really ideal. So I thought, yeah, we'll go for an actual road because I want to make sure I can actually drift and not just take a little bit of a guess, because that wouldn't go down too well if it couldn't. But anyway, it would be quite interesting to try and drift off-road, because we're in a dirt spec. They usually slide anyway. Will it slide in the same way it does on the tarmac? That is my question. But the icy roads definitely do make a difference on this game. Like, seriously, if I like go here and accelerate, you can tell, look, that was straight away a difference. Like, I wasn't even powering on that much. I was in bloody 4th gear going as slow as I possibly can. And you can tell there's a lot less traction than when we're on normal tarmac. When we're on normal tarmac. Does anyone actually pronounce it tarmac? I hope not. He says ope. Yeah, he pronounces it ope. What bloody pleb. It's a little bit weird going up, but I think this is pretty much the section here. So once we actually get to the top, we're going to go slide down. That should be a little bit, you know, easier. Make a bit more sense than sliding up it. Though, to be fair, in the mountain section that I always go to, you can actually really easily slide up it. You need a little bit more power, obviously, because we're on really low-powered cars at the moment. Once we actually get into the full game and get these things to like level 1,300 and stuff, I'm pretty damn sure we'll be able to get these things to slide pretty much anywhere. It's like, oh, you want to slide down the Grand Canyon, then go ahead. Just literally drive off the cliff and you'll slide in mid-air. That's what they'll be made for. That's the circuit spec ones, mate. Circuit spec made for sliding in mid-air. So to remind you again, I'm a complete noob with the wheel. So let's get started, shall we, and see how funny I can be at drifting on this game. So don't expect anything like crazy, as always, because if you're new here, then yeah, I'm new with the wheel. So, but straight away you can tell it slides a lot easier. Like, I'm not getting as good angle because I don't really dare to at the moment, but you can see that it is easily doable off in the snow. Like, earlier on when I was in the streets and stuff, it was a little bit more difficult to kind of get it to slide and such. But now that we're actually in this off-road section, so it's, I keep getting off-road, snow section, it's a little bit easier to get going, as you can imagine. Like, the terrain difference actually does change how the car handles. Because I know in Drive Club, like, the roads don't really get snow on them because the weather update hasn't been added in yet. But even in like different types of road, it feels pretty much the same. Like, the sound effect is different, but I don't feel any difference in the road. Whereas this, I really, really do. As you can tell, I'm sliding out a little bit more than normal. So I didn't mean to press back. I meant to bloody zoom in on the map. Zoom back in on the map. Now, there is another way we can go about this. So I want to try this, but it's a bit of a weird one because it's kind of got a lot more. I don't know how to call it. Like, it's the straights are a bit longer after the corners, or the corners are a little bit longer anyway. So it's kind of harder to keep going, especially with the little amount of power that we've got available in this beta for cars anyway. So as you can see there, not so great, but it's still a cool little section to try if we actually when we actually get onto the full game. Now, if I was using a controller, this would be a lot easier. Like, I can easily drift with the controller. I tried the section back there with the controller, and I did it flawlessly, pretty much. Like, except like a spin out towards the end. It's just a lot easier to kind of correct and fight back against the controller, because you although it doesn't actually show you what you're fighting back against, you can, if you know what you're fighting back against without it being there, like the actual fighting of the wheel, it's quite simple to, you know, get it going. It feels so weird instantly switching to the controller like that, though, because you're like, I've been playing with the wheel for the past couple of hours, and now all of a sudden I'm using a little mini controller. So let's see how we do with this. See what I mean? It's so much easier with a controller. Like, I don't know why I can't manage to get it so, like, get it right on a wheel when I can get a controller perfectly like this. Look at that. Bloody flawless, mate. Almost flawless. God damn it. So, I've kind of got a question for you guys. I know the crew's coming out, like, when there's not really many games coming out this year, like, they've all come out now. Even though it's like, it seems as if I've only, like, at the start of the year, it seemed like there were loads and loads of games. Now I've only just got 2. Well, I've got a few more. I've got Horizon as well, which, and Drive Club, which I don't really count. I count the big games as, like, the 2 GTA and Far Cry. But other than that, it seems like they've all just disappeared. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I'm not playing or not enjoying Horizon 2 and Drive Club as much as I anticipated. I mean, I'm enjoying them, but I kind of forget that they're new, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But this is my first, you know, console on launch, really. So it may be why, like, I'm not used to this. I bought a Vita and sold it about 2 years after, because that thing got no games. It's got no support. What is it coming out this year for it? I have no idea. So I've kind of just given up on the idea of the Vita ever becoming a system worth actually playing on. But I mean, if you want to play the Crew on the Vita, then yeah, do that actually. That's not a bad idea. If you got remote play or one of those new Sony phones on a remote play, then shut up. Bloody deer thing. Give it a go. Let me know how it's like, because that's the one thing I'd actually really like to try. Remote play on the Crew. See like how good it is really, because that would be a really cool feature if you had a Vita, and it would give you an actual game to play. Yay! But no, I just thought as well, you got GTA 5 on the Vita. The Vita is now a powerful system. No, but, you know, it's a bit weird that the year's almost up. Anyway, coming out pretty much a couple of days before, maybe 4 days before the Crew, is Pokemon Omega Ruby and something Sapphire. I don't know. I can't remember the exact names of them. But I know for sure I am picking up a 2DS and one of those games. So I've had a 3DS, a 3DS XL, and I've never really like got used to them, if that makes sense. Like they were the first DS I couldn't use for more than like an hour before it became very uncomfortable. The 3DS, it was just, I don't know, something about it. It wasn't as portable and that sort of stuff. Like, it was awkward playing it whenever I wanted to play it. And I think the 2DS might actually be the one I was looking for. So I'm going to give that a go with the Ruby bundle. It's like it looks like a Game Boy Advance kind of design on it. So I think that's pretty damn cool I've done that. So I'm going to be picking that up. Now, what we're going to do is actually, for the last run through here, because I don't want to just be talking like load of rubbish all day, we're going to go one last run through here. But yeah, so as I said, I'm going to be picking up Pokemon, and then like 4 days after, we've got the Crew coming out. So it's like, oh yeah, Pokemon, you're gonna take a little seat on the side, and then we're going to be playing the Crew for like years. Happy day. I seriously haven't been this excited for a while. Like, I was excited for actually the new gen launch of GTA, but it's like it's not that much of a jump. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's an upgrade. But it's not going to keep me going back every single day. Well, it has been, but not today, because I have been playing the Crew, so as you can tell, as soon as it comes out. It's probably not going to leave my PlayStation. It's not actually, because it's a digital download. Why would I delete it? The Crew is staying on my PlayStation 5 ever. Let's give this corner a go. I don't remember this one. Oh yeah, just go off-road, Theo. There we go. This is the corner I'm looking for. With walls to stop me going off, he still manages to go off. So, what have we learnt today? We learnt that it is a lot easier to slide on the snow. It makes sense as to why people would want to slide on the snow. It's easier. It just slides as you want it to, without really trying as much. But I mean, there's roads designed for that. You can go anywhere. As long as you've got a dirt spec car, you could drift it absolutely anywhere you wish. So if you've got any locations you want me to go give this thing a go, well, let me know down in the comments, and I'll do my best to do that during this beta. Use the brake, Theo. Jesus Christ. That would be an interesting road to slide down, that. I was going to turn right then, but I realized I am not traveling uphill like that in the snow. But it's kind of like easy to slide around anywhere with the snow, so I don't know. You probably wouldn't need dirt spec for this. So if you want to limit yourself to a certain spec of car, then you can go to the snow and drift it. You'll probably be able to drift bloody circuit spec here. That's one thing I want to try. Circuit spec in like a snowy area. That'd be really, really interesting. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining us for this video. If you did enjoy, give it a like. It helps me a lot. And if you got any ideas of where you want me to go during this beta, be sure to let me know. And I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.